So if you're interested in hearing how I've leveled up my hair care routine, then please keep watching. So I really love watching YouTube, and I do it a lot. And and I also learn a lot from watching the different channels. And I do want to give a shout out to Abby Young, her channel, as well as the Blowout Professor, because I have really learned a lot from watching them about how, hair care and that sort of thing. And so they've taught me a lot of tips, and I would like to share that with my audience because I do want to let you guys know that I really do appreciate all of my subscribers. Without your support, I wouldn't even have a channel. So I really do want to thank you for everything. And I do want to welcome anybody who's new. Welcome, welcome. So let's go ahead and get started. I guess the easiest way to do this is to look at our hair as the three different parts. And you have to understand their specific needs in order to stay healthy. So let's start with the roots. And the roots are probably going to be the healthiest, the part of the hair that has the most moisture to it, because it's closest to the scalp. And then it's sebaceous glands, which end up getting the oil on the roots first. So that's where we kind of notice that our hair will get oily, there first. And it really is important to make sure that you have that balance, that healthy balance of healthy hair and healthy scalp. And so it's very important to, just like our skin, your scalp needs to be clean, and it needs to also have good moisture in order to be comfortable. There are now, quite a few different scalp scrubs on the market, and I will probably do a video on them showing the ones that I've tried and the ones that I've liked and the ones that I didn't. But this is a treatment that I would think is almost like a clarifying type thing. Is you don't do it all the time, but I would say once in a while it is a nice thing to have one, especially if it's very, very gentle and helps kind of get off some of that. The most important thing is getting off any buildup that might be happening on your scalp and your hair. So another thing that I have been doing for a while now, but I was like not doing it as often as I felt like I should. So I started doing it maybe a little bit more often, like 2 to 3 times a week. But what I'll do is I'll use this little guy, and these are amazing for a nice, good scalp massage. And so I start off with my, it's from The Ordinary, the multi-peptide serum for hair density. And I'm actually on my second bottle of this. And so it's just a very, like water, it's liquidy. So you just can put it on your scalp and, rub it in. It doesn't leave any oily feeling, not heavy at all. It's seriously like water. And so I'll put that on, and then I will hang my head over my bed and give myself a nice, good scalp massage. And I've really been enjoying that. And I don't know, because I'm doing several different things, I don't know if it's like, oh, it's this magical product or it's this, but in combination, I have really noticed that my hair has gotten just a lot healthier. And that is, again, still part of the roots and the scalp part. And shampoo is for this part of your hair, mostly. I mean, you're still washing the rest of your hair, but what you want to do is really concentrate on getting your scalp clean. And you don't need to go down the strands as much, because the shampoo kind of does go down it and cleans the whole shaft of your hair that way. Now, if you have something in your hair, yeah, you might need to shampoo and get that out. But basically you want to concentrate on your scalp and then let it run through. I have done a video. I have kind of a rotation of different shampoos that I use. So please check that out if you're interested in that. But what you're really going to want to do is find a shampoo that suits your hair type. And that way you'll be a lot happier with the results. Another thing that I've been doing, not only with my skincare, makeup, but also my hair care, is buying little minis. So I buy the little minis, say on Sephora, and that way I can test out different things. And if I really like them, you know, then I will go ahead and maybe invest in a bigger bottle. But I've been really enjoying doing that because I found some that I really, really like. And then I've also found some that I can pass on. The next section is your mids. So the whole rest of your, you know, the shaft of your hair. And that, what is the most important thing to do there is really trying to prevent any sort of breakage. And so I always use a comb like this, and I will go through this, go through my hair first with that very gently, before then following it up with a brush. And I will do that usually in the morning and then in the evening. And that way you're kind of keeping your tangles at bay, as well as stimulating your scalp, and also kind of dragging those natural oils from your roots on down. And so that's a good thing just to get in the habit of, if you are not doing that already. And then back in the shower after you're shampooing, and then you follow that up with a conditioner, which then adds moisture, you know, moisture to your hair. Masks will even add more moisture. One thing I didn't realize was that after you've added your moisture, it starts seeping out of your hair. And so you're really, really going to want to lock that moisture in. And I had no idea it did that. And so one thing that is kind of new to me is using leave-in conditioners. And I am going to suggest a more high-end one and then a more affordable one. And I have to personally say I like them just the same. But this one is the Pureology Color Fanatic. And this one claims to have 21 different benefits to it. But this is a great leave-in conditioner. And then the other one that I really like is the Kendra Daily Provision. And one thing I wasn't doing correctly was, when I would use it, I would just spray it like on the ends of my hair and barely, you know, I was like, whatever. And so now what I'm doing is really going through and kind of getting a good amount on it, because you really do want to, you know, coat your hair evenly. And before I then go in to comb out my hair, I will use a blow dry cream, because I do blow dry my hair. And so I like to add these right after I've added my leave-in conditioner, and put that in. Here you're going to add, you know, not that much. It's more of like a pea or I don't know, a peanut size. But the ones that I have are the Olaplex number 6, which is the Bond Smoother. I've got this one that I've had for a long time, and it's an anti-frizz cream, sleek anti-frizz from Suave, and I love the smell of this one. And then I know I've mentioned this in a couple other videos as well, but this one is also a cream type base. It says it's a heat protector, and they all are a heat protector for your blow dryer, which is a lot less hot than your, say, a styling tool like a curling iron or a flat iron. So when you put these in, not only are they good to help detangle, because that's when I'll go in with my comb, and since my hair's wet, I am really, really careful with it. So you do that, comb it out before I then go and start blow drying my hair. And both the leave-in conditioner as well as the cream, the blow dry cream, really does help give your hair some slip and helps with detangling. One thing that I was really happy to hear is from the blowout professor is that blow drying your hair really isn't that bad for it, especially if you're not doing it that often. Like if you're doing it once or twice a week, 3 times maybe, but using these products, you're protecting it from the heat, but also your hair is wet. And so if you're blow drying it until it's done, then you're really not exposing it to that high of heat. Now, if you are going past that, then yeah, you're doing more damage. But he also had mentioned, and I've noticed this too, is it seems like if you let your hair, first of all, I've done it, I just don't like the way it feels or looks. But it almost seems like if you let your hair air dry, your hair seems to get dirtier faster. And I don't know why. But by blow drying your hair, you're smoothing it out, you're making it look nice. And again, if you're protecting your hair, it really isn't doing that much damage to it. So I'm glad to hear that. Now, another thing that I've added to my arsenal is this heat tamer spray from Tresemme, and I absolutely love this stuff. And so this one is heat protection up to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And so this is what you want to use when you're then going in with the curling iron. And I used to not like the idea of curling my hair more than once, because I was like, if I'm going back in with this heat protector that's a cream, and I couldn't even imagine, I mean, it would just be building up and my hair would be heavy and flat and all that. So I really tried my best to maintain my curls, even though mine don't. I mean, I'll curl it after the day, it pretty much goes flat. But by using this, I feel a lot better about it, as well as this does offer a little bit of hold, which is really, really nice. So what I do is I kind of spray all the way around and even lift up and, you know, spray the back end, because, you know, both sides is getting touched by your curling iron. And then you brush it through with your brush. If I have my blow dryer there, I'll just quickly dry it if I feel like it's a little damp. But I've really, really been enjoying this. And this was a step that I wasn't doing before. The last is your ends. Now, as we know, our ends are the oldest and the driest part of our hair. And so obviously with treating the rest of your hair with the shampoo and the conditioner, it's benefiting your ends as well. But as far as that moisture seeping out of your hair, it's actually seeping out from your ends. So what you kind of want to do then is seal those ends. And so after blow drying and styling your hair, it's not a bad idea to take maybe a couple of drops, 1 or 2 max, a couple drops of hair oil, and rub it in your hands, and then just go from the top and go like this. And after getting all of your ends, if you kind of want to just go lightly, but very, very, very little. And that really does help seal in moisture and keep your hair looking great. So I hope you enjoyed these tips. Let me know if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you have some tips that you'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. And please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. And I hope you have a great day.